Welcome to 8,000 Miles Away. This is your host, Vic, on a Sunday afternoon. Guys. I got a topic tonight that I think is really interesting. And I'd like y'all to help me watch this to the end. The topic is the grass greener for Black Americans in the Philippines? I'll say that one more time. Is the grass greener for Black Americans in the Philippines? Well, you could say overseas, but in this particular instance, the Philippines. And the reason why this came to my mind today is because of this thing they call the Matrix. Yep. This thing they call the Matrix. You know, if you're a black man, Black American, and if you've been a grown man for the last 20, 30, 40 years, mostly 30, 40 years, maybe even 50 years, you have seen a lot of stuff, a lot of change. Me personally, my whole entire life now is, and this is probably anybody else, is so much different than it used to be. And not just my life, my whole entire surroundings, my city, everything. Listen, guys, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, a town where when I was born, probably hardly no people. But, you know, say 30 years ago, it was 300,000 people. That's a decent year to start. Say 30 years ago, it was about 300,000 people. Do you know how many people Charlotte, North Carolina has now? 900,000 people. Almost 1 million people in this city. And all the people that I knew are either passed away or disseminated themselves in some little small pockets throughout Mecklenburg County and quiet as mouses. It's just not the same. There was no light rail there's no light rail back then, no skyline, none of that. But all that's here now. And the change comes with it. And nothing wrong with change. We always wanted to see Charlotte become bigger. But again, I'm from a neighborhood where there was a time when it was black neighborhoods and white neighborhoods. There was a Miles Park, and there was a Hyde Park, and the Northwood Estates. All these were class differences, some more affluent than others. But it doesn't really matter. People were people, you know. And in the neighborhood I was from, every other house, first of all, there were 2 parents in every single house. For the most part, I can't even, it'd be a hard press to scratch my head and see that was there not a mother and father in each house. So that's the type of neighborhood I was raised in. Everybody saw Christmas on Christmas. You could watch the kids as us go up and down with their new toys on Christmas Day. And there were 2 parents in every house. And a lot of those houses were professionals, doctors, lawyers, professionals, business owners. And they put a lot of expectation on us as kids. And a lot of us didn't really live up to those expectations, because they had huge expectations for us. And we had huge expectations for ourselves, and we didn't even know it. But we just lived our lives. And, you know, there were politicians in our neighborhood. Every other house seemed like they had an elected official or somebody running for office or a school board member. It was just that type of environment we had. And we used to pull from them. I don't know how many campaign signs I put up. So that was me. So I went on to try to prove myself to be who I was as a man. Some of us went and got married. Some of us went to college, you know, and they all, you know, and the ones that went to college, and I did, and I did myself. You know, I started out slow. Then I searched for college. Finally found it, Catawba College. And then I set out to want to be a politician. Boy, I ran for political office and actually won a low-level political position, but won and impressed a lot of my loved ones. You know, I held that position for X amount of years, and then I wanted to run for city council. Others were running for city council. There was a lot of competitiveness, so I bowed out of the race for the reasons that I did. But at the end of the day, I went, wow, I probably went and got on every park and rec and civic and board. I got on so many boards and committees and appointed by so many politicians that I can't even remember them all. All of my resume, I look at them, I've forgotten. I had so many of them, I've forgotten so many boards I was on. I was determined to be that kind of person. Working for the bank and being that corporate man. Mr. Blackety Black. How many Huey B. Newton books did I read? How many Elridge Cleaver books did I read? Jesse Jackson fan when he ran for office in the 80s. Wow. We had a black mayor, one of the first. I won't call no names. Y'all go look it up. In Charlotte, North Carolina, y'all know who it is. And I'm not talking about the black woman that's there now. So, listen, man. I've seen a lot. I've seen people come in my life and I go. I've had material things, and material things have gone and come. I've had jobs that come and gone, people in life. And then what makes you really realize, what makes you really change and evolve is when you get to a certain age and, you know, I can just say this, before COVID, I lost my dad, then I lost my mom, aunts, uncles, my whole generation above me. And when you look at that in retrospect and you think about all the relationships, and that's where I've really dropped the ball at. These relationships with women, I've never been successful with that. It's either, it was either settling, or either they settling for me, or either they had baggage. It was just always some kind of clusterfuck. It was never a good thing. And it never worked out. And I can point the finger at myself. They say, look at yourself. But a lot of the other guys who got married, they did their 10 years. They supposedly did right. They did their 10 years and their marriage is smashed. Some of them are still married, but a lot of them are not. They're on their second and third marriages. Kids all over the place, starting over and over again. And that's what this thing does. It just continues to go over and over. The jobs look, at this point in my life, all the jobs look the same. All the women look the same, and particularly in my generation. The women look the same, all the same. It's like I'm starting over over and over again, every so often. And, you know, then with the passing of all my elders, my mom in particular, dad, it makes you evaluate this whole American thing, this whole machine, this whole way of thinking. You think and you say, is this all worth it? Has it been worth it? Did you take the right path? And then comes Kevin Samuels. Not that he was that influential to me, because he's more amusing than anything else, but at the same time, there was a hell of a lot of truth to him. He held women accountable. He held men accountable too, but he held women accountable. And women have never been held accountable in the whole 30 years of my manhood. It's always been more or less, for the most part, the man's fault. And that's been personified all over the media. You know, even the women out here, it's the man's fault. Whatever, always the man's fault. And that's what KS did. He let us see that it was not all your fault. They have fault too, as far as relationships. And then he passed away, and they treated him like shit. Vivica Fox in particular, and many others, frowned on his death. And that created the Passport Brothers movement. And I've never seen a movement so for the right time in my life. Yes, you look at Austin Holloman, the young cat, and you look at some of the ones that have always been on social media. Social media has given the black men an opportunity to speak their mind and build within other black men the confidence to be able to do things they never done before. And one is to relocate, change, do something different. It ain't working here in America. You get the fuck out of America. America's not the only option, guys. I know it seems wonderful, but it's not the only thing. And the passport bros, they've decided to leave America or visit other places until they find what they're looking for. And I've joined that movement along with the rest of them. And it doesn't matter how old you are. If you've been in this hamster wheel fighting this game for a long time, you can change with others. And it starts with getting a passport and stacking your damn bread, putting them bands together and doing something different. As long as you got your health and your mind. So, I mean, hell, we probably should have did this back in 1919 when Marcus Garvey said move back to Africa with the Star Line. Was it 1919, the Star Line? We should have probably did it then. But no, we believe in America so much in this country, we wanted to stick and fight it out through all the years and told us to fight it out. Take all the bullshit from the white men, the white zaddies as they say, and the women. So, the passport bro movement has really been super influential. And with that being the case, you know what they're doing now? They're fighting us. They're telling us we ain't shit for moving. Guys and girls. Check your family. If you tell them, if you wanted to decide to move, you share with them your information, they'll probably tell you you're a fucking nut. They always tell you you're a nut when you're doing something right. So, my question is the grass greener for the black America in the Philippines or other countries? Let's hear what this lady has to say about it.
It's not about the women being more submissive. It's about...
No, let's take it from the beginning. Let's take it from the beginning. Let's take it from the beginning. She don't want to start from the beginning. Let's see. Yep. Oh, Jesus. Let's see if we can get her to start over again. There we go.
Those men of all races that were like, oh, American women, they're just too difficult. American women, they just won't listen. American women. So they got their passports. And they were like, we can find docile and submissive women in other parts of the world. You know, all we got to do is go out there and just tell them we're American and, you know, they'll swoon on us and they'll woo us. And passport bros are getting killed. They're going out, they're meeting strangers, they're getting killed. They're getting set up, they're getting killed. And on top of that, the men in those countries are tired of y'all looking at their women as just objects to f*** on because American women just won't let you anymore. There's a travel advisory out there now. Y'all be safe, gentlemen. Okay? They don't want you. We don't want you. Try doing better. Okay? It's not about the women being more submissive. It's about you actually giving them something to follow. Y'all be safe.
Wow. Exactly what I'm saying. That's the put down shit that we as men have gotten for years. And it's not just for men, from women as well. It's coming from men as well. Check out this brother here, if I can find him. Here he is here. Check out this brother here. Check out this. I want you to hear this guy. He's abrupt too. Let's hear him. Let's hear him now.
8 passport bros unalive in Colombia in the past 3 months. Hey, look, I was never down with that passport bro movement anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the neighborhood, man. I know better. You know, I won't even go to a chick.
Hold on. He's from the neighborhood. Yes, the neighborhood. So in other words, yeah, you from the neighborhood, and that's probably where you're going to end up staying, just like Mr. Rogers. Mr. Neighborhood. Let's play it again.
I won't even go see a chick. I won't even go to a chick's place and go stay over there if I ain't got my smoke wagon with me. I just ain't gonna do it because I know better. You know what I'm saying? I done seen.
We all heated up, bro. We all packing. So what does that mean?
Too many times where dudes be getting set up by some chicks out here be just setting dudes up, man. You know what I mean? So you got to be real arrogant and ignorant to think that, you know, you can go to somebody else's territory and just serenade their women and just think that you're gonna just pluck you a wife out of there. Okay, her, come with me. Like, come on, man. But that's the arrogance of Americans, man. You know what I'm saying? Of the American man. He just thinks, you know, everybody's beneath him. I'm just gonna go to this other country and just round up all the women. That makes no sense, man, at all. And you have no protection over there. You know nobody over there. And that's a whole nother country. And you gonna go over there looking for women. You're looking for a wife. If you can't, look, it's over 100 million women in America. If you can't find a woman in America, bro, it's you. You're the problem. It's over 100 million women here, bro. If you can't find one, you can't find one, you're the problem.
Does he scare you? Does he scare you from wanting to go overseas? Does he scare you by shaking his fucking finger and telling you you can't find one? Does this tractor, this fucking simp ass nigga here, does he scare you from going overseas and exercising your best option? Because he says we can't find one. Y'all tell me whether I'm wrong or right. Should I agree with this guy here? Should I agree that we can't find one? Is the grass greener overseas or in the Philippines than anywhere else? Or should we be plantation broads and stay here and go out and meet another one of these women and start this whole damn wheel again? The same wheel we've been on for years. I don't know. Well, I don't know, brother. That's what he wants us to do. That's his advice. His fucking bicentennial minute. There wasn't such thing as that. Listen, guys. The featured video for the day is Mr. Boots on the Ground, the guy that has influenced me the most. I'm going to share with you what he says. Because he has been in the Philippines. He's like me, 60 years old. He's from Louisville, Kentucky, which is a lot similar to Charlotte. He has a different upbringing than me, but the same for the most part. And he's been in the Philippines 15 years, boots on the ground. So you gotta, I'm only in it, I'm a rookie at this overseas thing, this passport thing. I'm a rookie at this age. But this cat's been there 15 years. So he's well worth listening to. So I'm going to play his video, and then y'all can always go to his channel because he makes sense. Not on everything. I don't agree with him on everything. I don't agree with him on LDR necessarily all the time. I don't agree with him on his religious beliefs a lot of times. I don't agree with him on his politics. A lot of shit I don't agree with him on. But when it comes to the Philippines, you better listen to him, because Calvin Roach knows what the hell he's talking about. He's boots on the ground. So I'm going to play his video in contrast to the bullshit you just heard. And y'all tell me what you think. Is the grass greener for Black Americans in the Philippines? Or should we stay on the plantation? Let's hear Calvin.
Regrets about coming here. It's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Let's start it over right here.
To Philippines. Philippines. I have no regrets about coming here. It's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me at that time in my life. You know, the first thing is the quality of life for me over here. So much better than I could have it at home. Now, I'm not talking about the quality of life in the Philippines is better than the quality of life in America. I didn't say that. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm saying the quality of life for me, simply because of the affordability of a Westerner living in the Philippines. I live a higher standard of life over here than I do in my home country. That's what I'm talking about. So it affords me the opportunity to do a lot of things that I wouldn't be able to do. First of all, I'd be working if I was at home. I mean, that's a big deal to me. I didn't want to spend my fourth quarter working. I had a sister, probably still working. I'm 61, I'm 60, I'll be 61. She's 73, she'll be 74. She's still working. But I can take a vacation anytime I want. Y'all have to understand that I'm not rich in money. You know, the money just hasn't caught up with me yet. Let me take that back. I am rich. Let me put that out in the universe. The money just hasn't caught up with me yet. I'm probably working with about less than 3,000 US per month. But I really, really live good. There's nothing that I can't have over here. There's nowhere I can't go, nothing I couldn't do. And of all the places I've ever been, remember I've been in the United States Navy, and we traveled all over the world. And I've even went to some places on my own. Choosing the Philippines was probably one of the best decisions I made. And I couldn't have chose a better place. Not for somebody like me, my personality and my attitude. So yeah, after 15 years, it would still be the Philippines. I have absolutely no regrets. I have no qualms about the decision that I made here. My quality of life is so much better. You see, we're here in Sundance Residences, condominiums, right in Banawa. That's the barangay in Cebu. And hell, it's about $20 a night to stay in this place. I'll show you the gym maybe later, but you got a nice swimming pool. Nobody's here, by the way. You know, of course, they say it's too hot to go swimming over here, but that's really one of the main reasons why I've stayed here. And another reason that I've stayed here, that I would always pick the Philippines, I would never go back on my decision that I made, is because I'm treated like a man over here. I've always been treated like a man over here from day one. I know it sounds strange to you, but I was a man when I came here at 45 years old. No, that's not the case in my country. I've got grown people talking down at me. You know, my wife, my American wife, talked to me like I was one of the children. Treated me like I was one of the children. I never received the benefit of the doubt. I was just treated less than a man. And anybody that's ever experienced that can understand what I'm talking about. But over here, it's been big time respect from day one, all the way until now. Yes, sir. Sir Calvin. Whatever it is. Okay, you say, oh, well, they're just doing that because you're a foreigner or they want your money or whatever it is. After 15 years, man, you can't fake that for 15 years. It's the culture. I sit at the head of the table in my house. I eat first. They get it. It just reminds me when I was little and the way my mother treated my father. It's the same way over here. There's no all let the kids eat first. Without me, there is no food. They get that. Okay, they understand that the man still occupies his rightful place in society over here. I love that about the Philippines because it took me a long time to get used to it. Oh, come on, because sometimes, man, they will not eat until I eat. I eat first. It's crazy, man. You be like, come on, everybody, let's eat. Why didn't y'all eat already? Because they're waiting on me. It's just that level of respect, man, that makes me glad that I chose the Philippines. And anybody that feels the way I do, that sort of thing, you've been disrespected. I mean, especially on these jobs at home. They don't care. You know, my boss is younger than me. It doesn't matter, man. Whether it's at church, if somebody in authority, they're going to treat you less than a man, especially in these relationships. And you know, when you come to a place like the Philippines where that's not the case, yeah, you're skeptical at first. You're wondering like, well, what in the world do they want from me? But after 15 years, I realized they don't want a damn thing from me. Okay, but my respect in return. You can't fake that for 15 years, guys. I don't care what anybody tells you. Yeah, when you over here for 2 weeks, you may get that VIP treatment and you're thinking, yeah, they just want me for my money. They're just treating me like that because I'm a foreigner. But after 15 years, you'll see. You'll come to believe that it's real, man. And, you know, I am a man. I've earned that title. Not just because of my physical appearance, but because of being responsible, being dependable, you know, occupying my rightful place in society. So yeah, man, you know, that's just a couple of things why after 15 years, I still choose the Philippines. You know, everybody has their preferences. I don't know why we get hung up on that. Some people prefer Thailand. Some people prefer London. Some people prefer Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. But the Philippines check all the boxes for me from the day one. You know, why not enjoy it all? See, I'm from that mindset of you can have it all. I don't know why we're being taught otherwise, but yeah, you can have it all. And it wouldn't be unreasonable for you to want to have it all. You deserve it. The time that we have on this planet is so small that I'm no longer ever even gonna think about denying myself anything. If I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put myself in a position to do it. I'm gonna find a way to do it. And living over here in the Philippines, it just gives me the opportunity because it's so affordable. Even if I was getting a pension of $3,000 in America, I still have to work. If I wanted a decent standard of living, if I wanted a decent quality of life, hell, my YMCA membership over there was $50 a month. I mean, really, my rent in America when I left in 2018 for good. That's a whole other story because some of us just need a vacation. Some of us need to vacate wherever we are, but that's up to you to decide. My rent was $900 per month. And a lot of people on the East Coast and West Coast, they, oh, that's nothing. But in Louisville, Kentucky, that's a lot of money. And it was going up. It was due to go up. My lease was up December the 1st, 2018. If I'd have stayed one day more, I would have owed them $940 per month. Hell, they still got $200 per month rent over here. So you see, it's like giving free money. And when I say that, people, they're not giving away free money. Yeah, that's free money. Ask my buddy Rock Harmon. When he got off that plane coming from Los Angeles, California, he was paying $3,000 per month rent. Then he came back to the Philippines and moved into his house that he owns. So that $3,000 went to zero. That's $3,000 extra dollars in his pocket. But yeah, 15 years, I have no regrets, man. It would still be the Philippines, guys. Come over here, give it a chance, give it a shot. I know all the stuff you hear about it. That's why I do it. That's why I have a real...
Because I think you get the point. The question is, look, I'll tell you, my kids are grown. My daughter's grown. She have her own kids. The son's grown. He has his own kids. Beautiful wife. Nieces and nephews are grown. But the matrix and the cycle continues the same. So I guess the question is still the same. Is the grass greener for Black Americans in the Philippines, or should we stay in the plantation, the great old United States of America? I guess that's a question that you got to answer. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for checking out the channel. Please like, share, subscribe. If you feel the need, if you like the content and you feel it, please, if you would, send us a cash app at $ 8,000 miles away. It's on the description below if you look in the subscription. Help us grow. We are growing. But I just wanted to reach out to you this afternoon and ask, are you happy where you are? Are you lonely as an older man? Are you in a situation that you can just up and relocate, or do you just need to go and chill out a while? Again, only you can answer that question. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your week for tuning in to 8,000 miles away. Peace.